Modern Bakerstown sits on what were two lots of depreciation lands. Located in the southwestern portion of the purchase of 1784, the depreciation land landowners were Pennsylvania Revolutionary War veterans who received these lands as payment. This land is separated into districts. Bakerstown is located in the Cunningham district, which covers parts of Butler, Allegheny, and a small portion of Westmoreland counties. There were multiple owners of the two lots that Bakerstown sat on, but none were permanent residents until Thomas Baker, a Nova Scotian, bought them in 1810. He laid out the crossroads of the community, in which, in 1820, William Waddell, a Scot, built a tavern at the crossroads of the Pack Saddle Trail, now known as Bakerstown Road, and the Venango Trail, now known as Pennsylvania's Route 8. The tavern was operated by William, his son-in-law, and James Harbison, and then by his son John S. Bakerstown was becoming sophisticated by 1815. It even had street names.
My name is Elliot Clay, and I live right off of 910 by the Railroad Museum, and I grew up in Bakerstown. In fact, I went to Potterton Elementary School, which is actually on Bakerstown Road.
So you've been to Bakerstown before?
Oh yeah, many, many times.
What are some of your favorite memories from Bakerstown?
Some of my favorite memories is whenever my mom actually used to live in a townhouse right off Bakerstown Road, and it was right next to these abandoned greenhouses. And before they actually got torn down, me, my brother, and my friend actually went down there and compiled basically archive photography of the entire place before demolition. So there is a good chance that the photos that we have taken are probably the last photos of those greenhouses. And you know, there was like a factory back there, a couple ponds and stuff like that. Pretty cool. There's even like a gas line that we ran across, and obviously we got to actually see into that giant smokestack before they tore that down as well. It's just like really interesting because in Bakerstown you can see all of the history and all the industry that used to be there, and it really reflects to what you can see today.
So have you been to Bakerstown recently?
Yeah, I've been to Bakerstown recently.
So how much has changed from when you grew up around Bakerstown to recently when you've seen it?
Well, there was a small restaurant called Mr. C's, which had pretty good pizza. That's not there anymore, unfortunately. So things have changed. Along with that, there was a small little restaurant called Tilt's Pub right off of Bakerstown Road, and that was pretty cool. That had some pretty good pizza as well, and some very good meals. But that is no longer there as well. It seems like Bakerstown, we're seeing more of businesses actually moving out. It's rather interesting because Bakerstown was a place for the people of Bakerstown to really, convene and talk about their lives on the weekends. And now it seems like all those places are moving out and moving more towards the Gibsonia area.
I'm Luke Saunders. I live on Circle Drive. It's right in the heart of Bakerstown. It's right by Bakerstown Hotel and right by Richland Park.
All right, so you actually live in Bakerstown, correct?
Yeah.
So what does a local in Bakerstown do in Bakerstown?
Leave it, really. There's nothing to do there, but there's a sweets shop right on the corner of this intersection, and I mean, that's about it.
What's the sweet shop have?
Cookies and donuts and I don't know, just things like that.
Is it a place you actually go to?
Yeah. I used to go to Mr. C's a lot more, and then right after that we'd go to the sweet shop, but it closed down.
Do you know any of the history of Bakerstown?
Yeah, actually there's a big hotel it was a hotel and bar, I think, but I remember that I don't really know when it was a part of the Underground Railroad, and I mean, it still stands there today. Nothing's in it anymore, but I mean, it's still cool to have that part of history in Bakerstown.